Good morning, good morning. I don't know if y'all heard me say that. I hope y'all didn't hear that. YouTube gave me a heads up that I can control the chat. Neat. I'm not going to because I'm walking down the side of the road at 5 a.m. on a Sunday heading to work. If you're wondering why it's so dark, don't bother asking. This is just the side of Euharlee Road, as usual. The short that I will upload, though, that's gonna have some fun on it. Y'all, I think the old gods might be real, and I think they might be listening. Kidding, but now this morning I was trying to figure out, let off some steam. What up, Pan Man? It's been forever since I've seen you in a live. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's 6 a.m. here, but yeah, I was walking in, complaining about the soon-to-be baby manager, Alan, who's not very good at his job. But I was just complaining, frustrated about how everything's kind of turned into crap. Listening to YouTube videos about the inshittification of everything as like, you know, aw, see you later, Pan Man. But listening to the YouTube videos on how we got here, and mostly trying to figure out how we can fix it. Get into that in a bit. Hopefully, by the time the sun comes up, we'll be into that. But what I'm going to post on the shorts feed is somebody's bad luck turned into my good luck. Because as I'm walking down the road, I see a large block in the road, like a literal loot crate. Because inside of this plastic box out of nowhere on the road, I find, it had to have been like a teacher's box or something. Because I've got a couple page markers now. The little plastic things you stick on pages to mark where your notes are. That's going to come in handy with some of the library books. I've got a handful of Sharpies. I'm looking forward to see what colors I got for the jacket. Again, y'all see how, and then I got 2 big adult-sized staplers and a box of staples. So that'll come in handy, and hopefully here soon y'all get to watch me make a whole bunch. Person as I am, as I'm looting and pillaging this road treasure. I also took the box and stuck it, because the picture isn't very clear, at the sign for River Station. If you're in Euharlee and are in need of highlighters, pens, pencils, I think, or anything box, it's underneath the sign that says River Station for the neighborhood. It's tilted on its side, just in case it starts to rain. That way the supplies that are in there will stay dry, adjacent. And hell, y'all, it's school season. Anybody needs it, I think that's where the school bus lets off. So fingers crossed I was accurate. And maybe some kid will find the supplies before they get washed out. But yeah, that was the long and short. Outside of all the doom and gloom, you know, as it is. How you doing, ML? But yeah, y'all, just trying to do my little part where I can. That's my walking stick at the moment. Well, you know what I'm trying to say, I hope. The other thing that I was watching was a video on how my country, America, is designed to waste your time. And that sounds about accurate. By the way, I'm wasting your time right now. I've said the most important part of my spiel. Box of road treasure at River Station on Euharlee Road, heading into proper Euharlee out of Cartersville. Good luck. But outside of that road treasure that I found, I'm just typical walk-in. I normally wouldn't do a video because of how dark it is, of course. But, you know, yeah, another part of this is just to vent into the ether about my soon-to-be baby manager, Alan, who, honestly, I hope he eventually sees this. He keeps saying that he watches my videos, but with how much I bitch, he's just surviving in a world that rewards weaselly fucking actions. Basically, yesterday, mostly because he decided to take a break every time the management took a break, plus took several other breaks to have cigarettes, hit his vape. Marco Pellegrino. I'm in America, so I've got a bad infection on my leg I had to drain yesterday and had to do self-care first aid sort of things. I got no health insurance to speak of. Diagnosed with ADHD as a child. Haven't had medication for that since I was a child. So no, I'm an American. I'm doing shitty, y'all. How y'all doing? Also, you know, on the less personal side of that, my country's being led as a fascistic nation to do horrible evil across the planet. And there ain't a damn thing I can do to actually stop it. I'm doing quite bad, really, quite bad indeed. But still, the machine must go, and I am but a cog in it, so away I go to cook slop for jackasses. I'll get into work, probably start working around 7 o'clock, if that. Get off work around 3:30. Go home, clean up after a bunch of animals that I love very much, and then hopefully get y'all some good streaming service and putting it down on the big book. Because like I said, this place is meant to waste your time, y'all. I mean, it's like right now what's going on with the job markets here. It's supposed to be so bad and so apocalyptic. No, it's just reaping what we sowed. We sold going in and getting an application and saying hi, shaking a hand, doing an interview. We traded that. Now, if you're an old-timey place, you get a paper application, and that'll tell them everything they need to know because they don't care about you outside of name, social security, where we're sending the money. But that's the thing. I try to break that callousness. I mean, y'all, I do this walk and have been doing this walk for over a year now. On the best days, I walk 4 miles. It's a 4-mile walk in. On the off days, I walk 8, maybe even 15 and 20 on some days where I have to go into Cartersville proper. This could be fixed. This could be fixed with a robust, robust trail system, as well as well-funded and maintained public transportation. Younger, oh, I'm gonna get me this fancy name brand muscle car. I'm gonna get me this fancy big ass truck that's driving up the prices from working people getting whatever. And you pretend to be happy about it, even though now you're spending as much as you would have spent on that pretty muscle car just on insurance and car payments. Y'all do realize that if everyone just started doing what I'm doing and walking around everywhere saying fuck the automotive industry further than what we've already been doing, that would drive car prices back down to affordable prices. Because that's like the only good thing about capitalism, is that when we start... Yeah. Honestly, if you can get out of here, I recommend it. A part of me wants to be the whole Maquis warrior, the whole thing, and be like, no, we're Americans, stay, fight, we need to save the country. Studied our history. What exactly would we be fighting to save? A history of bigotry? Of old idiots who claimed, I'm fighting for freedom. Just ignore those hundreds of people that have to do what I say. I mean, what are we fighting to defend here as a country? We're fighting to defend people who run to work at 5 a.m., burnt out and exhausted, barely able to get by. What American way are we defending? Fuck that. If you can afford it, go to Spain. If you can really afford it, go to Ireland or one of these really nice places. Somewhere in the EU that actually recognizes the EU. But most of all, it's just if we are going to move abroad and we're going to do the thing, we also need to break a lot of Americanisms that we do here that, I'm sorry, the rest of the world won't tolerate for good reason. And I agree with them. If you're ordering in a restaurant, guess what, special little star child? You ain't special. Order off the fucking menu. Sorry, Marco, I'm not aiming that at you. There you go. Like I said, I don't want anyone to think that I'm yelling at you personally here. This is mostly just stress from, you know, every other motherfucker. That's the first one. That person right there. Applaud that person, everyone. That is the first person that did not bright light me today. And for the record, if you use your ultra high beams in the fog, you're a fucking dumbass. The light disperses off the water droplets called a white sheet that will blind you, idiot. Turn your brights off in the fog. You need low beams for that. And that's something that me, someone who by choice and by honor does not drive unless I have to. I know more than half you slack-jawed fucking dipshits. Again, no one in my audience there. That one I'm surely addressing the population of the road. But yeah, I'm just... It's like, oh, the immigrants are the dangerous problem. I've never had an immigrant hurt me. I've had an American run me down and leave me for dead. And that was a fellow white. Like I said, I've had Americans blind me and make it to where I go stumbling off into the fucking bushes because, like that special little jackass, they don't know how to drive with the lights. Give him a second, he'll come around the corner. Like I said, that's fucking blinding for no reason. I guess the camera ain't capturing it as good, but yeah, those light beams, I can see those and nothing else. Right now I'm using the camera to walk. But yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna waste your time a little bit here, y'all. I'm sorry. I was watching the video on it and I see how a lot of content creators go in and they highly specialize I don't do that, y'all. Mine's a much more old school aesthetic in the sense that if I could, I'd have a little robot just to hike beside me. In lieu of that, I'm a holding y'all and we're just a walking and a talking here. Bothering the local wildlife. And I think that's the best. Let's jump out the road before Brighty McJackass hits us. But I feel like that's the best way to record these videos. Because honestly, if I specialized it and heavily edited it and did all the ultra cool things, I still wouldn't be making any money, but then I'd be a lot more upset about it. See what I mean? See what I mean by bright lights? Like if I had pulled that back even further and had been watching the ground, y'all could have read every detail on my jacket. And yet that jackass, just fine. That's an American for you. All they care about is themselves. And that's why I'm telling you, any viewers from anywhere else in the world, I wouldn't let us in if it was me. Personally, I would just treat the Americans the way the Americans have treated every other country since the fucking 80s. Oh, the Americans want to come over and visit. Fuck off, you diseased plague rats. Go home and die. Sorry, that was a little harsh. But understand, I deal with the dregs of society and they don't even know that I'm here. I exist, I record, I watch. I try my best to speak for the betterment of society. But my God, y'all, it gets exhausting when I do my best and yet I see the worst of us getting held up. They compared that hateful little tiny-faced prick. My daughter got knocked up by a rapist. She would have to carry the child to term. They covered a man who said, and this is his words, not mine, black women are too stupid to work anywhere. They have to steal jobs from white women. They compared that piece of human shit to Martin Luther King Jr. Mr. I Got a Dream. Mr. The rioting is the voice of the unheard. Mr. We don't want to make a better way. We want to make our way. They're comparing the two. That truly lets you know how broken our water site, because he shared it on his feed. Man didn't get honorable burials. Man didn't get a standing ovation or moment of silence. What did he get? He got nothing but Charlie motherfucking Kirk and the limp dick white bitch committee got a standing ovation from our tiny little president. This is why the rest of the world is laughing at us, America. Because our most fragile, most pathetic are our current voices. And folks like me, like that individual just doing what we're supposed to do, we get overlooked for the loud jackasses. We get stomped out. And yet we still try to do the best thing we can. Because what other option is there? Some of us ain't got that rollover in us. And then some of us, like my current soon-to-be manager, Alan, has the raise your ass at any sign of adversion. And I'm just, like I said, I'm tired of it. People, be nicer to your friends. I'm tired of the fake friends. And part of that I can blame on the economy. Part of that's purely because gas costs money and nothing is free. I get that. That's just a box. But at the same time, it's easy to say, hey, I can't make it. It's a lot better than day of, hey, so when you coming over? Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta work now. Oh, so your boss like called you in today, like they did last time. You know you can just say I'm busy, right? That way I don't take the time to plan out an entire D&D session for myself to sit there. That one with me. Hey, you want to go DoorDash with me? No, I don't want to be a delivery boy on my only day off through the week. Thanks. I really, really don't. I would much rather like take my foot and smash it with my Kuggle until I don't have a foot than deliver food for these jackass corporations ever. I hate making the food for the jackass corporations enough. I want to work with good people and serve good people. Sadly, I live in America, so I work for the shittiest people in the world and serve the garbagest slop in the world to the lowest proud denominator. See, this is why most people edit their content. They don't go on long, hateful triads, but like I said, y'all, today I find myself excited and happy because random loot box from the road, my work can proceed, the old gods are listening. I also find myself saddened because my river has one carp left in it right now. I don't know where the rest of the wildlife went, and nobody seems to care. This entire area, I've been watching a die-off, and the more I yell about it, the more everyone says, shut up. Well, look at this on TikTok. Hey, look, babies are singing. It's AI bull. If we unite together, we can do everything. But you know what we can't do? Fix it while we're serving the man. If you're not a manager or a CEO, don't tell them about it. Just everybody together. We'll walk outside and we'll have a meeting. And that's it. McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, fucking steel plant that's in between all of those for some reason. I guess it's still manufacturing, but Shaw. Again, just every worker that isn't getting paid enough to go home after a simple 40-hour week and relax. If you are not able to enjoy that luxury, walk out of your job. Everyone that can. And just let the system fall. Or demand that they cut into their massive, massive profits and pay out what's owed to their workers. And I would say to their fucking customers, because again, y'all, I remember a day when if you bought a printer, yeah, you might buy another one instead of buying ink because the ink was so expensive. But y'all, well, if I buy my printer, I have to know how many sheets I want to print. Or, counter offer, write it out with your fucking hands, you ape. Use your fingers. There's a word for it. Use your calligraphy skills or penmanship. Use yourself again. Because again, it blows my mind. I haven't driven in years if it isn't obvious, but if I had a car that, oh, well, if you don't pay the monthly fee, the radio will shut off. Well, then I'm not paying for a radio. Take that out and price down the car. Well, if you don't pay for the heated seats don't work. Take out the heated seats. I'm going to buy a car for $100. Well, we can't do that. Then I'm not buying this model. Thanks anyway. If you force the system will change. Because guess what, y'all? If you stop holding it up, the system will fall. This system does not self-adhere. It does not self-arrest on a slippery slope. It just tumbles on down into the water. And I would argue that if these stats that I'm hearing, and I feel like they probably are, but if these stats that I'm hearing of 60%, 80%, there are currently more Americans hunting for a job. Excuse me, I got a spider web I got knocked down. There are more currently Americans looking for a job than job listings. If these are the cases, then tell me why it is that Americans can't seem to find work and all these corporations seem to be making money hand over fist. Again, y'all, here's the fun thing about it, and this is the difference between the left and the right. The righty that killed Charlie Kirk, he had anger issues. I can relate to that. I got tons of anger issues. Oh boy, y'all, the demons I dance with. But you want to know what I don't have? A gun. You want to know why I don't have a gun? Because if I had a gun, some of these motherfuckers that are bright lighting me wouldn't make it home. I know that fact. I, like many Americans, have that weird fantasy in my head that says, oh, well, fuck them, I'll pew-pew and be done. Either they won't catch me, or I'll do it on my property and get away with it. And then I think about it for a minute, I'm like, wow, that's fucking sick. That's disgusting and deplorable. Exactly. What the fuck, right? But most Americans have, why do you think most Americans buy guns? They think that they're going to be John Wayne. They think they're going to be, I need a more recent reference, but they think they're going to be Rambo. They think they're going to be, you know, the detective in the action movie. Most of the time when you buy a gun, understand, you're probably going to shoot yourself with it. Just real talk. If you're not like a marksman, loving the fucking game, big into guns for the sake of guns, more than likely you're going to purchase a firearm, keep it because it's so goddamn expensive, and then one day when the road gets too dark or the time gets too hard, you're going to look at the purchase you made earlier and think, well, I mean, it really is just one loud burst and then it's all over. You know, it is just one loud, and it's going to start eating into your head, and you can't get rid of it because look how much money you spent on it. Think of how many of your friends are going to make fun of you because you're too weak to have a gun. All this other stupid shit that they'll do because America fetishizes our guns. Let's stop that. For fuck's sake, I don't understand the fetishization. I get the whole, well, I live out in Nebraska and Utah, and I live out where there are more animals than people. Okay, cool. Maybe you need a rifle. You don't need an AR. What fucking army are you going to rebuff with your gun? Oh, I'm here to fight for America. Okay, cool. The Nazis have already taken over. There have already been 2 mass shooters do your job. Why ain't you getting to it, buddy? Is it over yet? Because most people aren't. Again, most Americans are fucking cowards. We buy guns so we can hide behind them. We drive at night like this because we're scared of the dark like little bitches. And now I got to step off the road so I don't get hit. Like I said, we're a bunch of scared little bitches here in America. That's why this is a call out. This is a, oh, please, other countries, if you could just come and do a revolution for us, that'd be real sweet. Because I'm sorry, but Americans, have you seen Disney or Pixar's WALL-E? It'll be eventually. Everything becomes Disney eventually. But have you seen WALL-E? I look around and I see a lot of fucking WALL-E. Most walking home. I'm exhausted after 12 hours on shift or 8 hours on shift. Charlie Kirk was surrounded by guns. How'd that gun surrounding culture doing? Pop! That's right. Got his pop top from over 200 yards. You want to know what would have saved Charlie Kirk's life? Not being a rude little shit. And not, you know, saying repeatedly on his own thing, hey, people got to die for gun culture. So yeah, once again, I'm here telling you that protection bullshit, that's cowardly cunty talk. What's wrong, Hunts? Are you too scared to get into a fight like a man? Is you just a whittle fella? Because I get when you just a whittle fella being scared and needing a gun. But tell you what, whittle fella, rather than endangering the entire population with your sad little weakness, how about you just, you know, get good? Or, you know, form protection groups. Because again, I'll protect my little brother. I would much rather fight on behalf of my little brother than have him bring a rifle to school. And you're saying that like I believe in UFOs. No, I don't. Unidentified flying objects, sure, that's the government. That's them testing planes and people being stupid. Because I hate to tell you this, folks, but if there's a more intelligent life form out there that's come to this planet, either they're giving it the widest berth, or they've already won. But real hot take here, I guess, most of the ancient alien bullshit, most alien bullshit at all, can be tied right back into lazy racism. Don't be lazy racist. Is there a higher power out there? I really don't know. I mean, they found fungus on, well, let me be more specific. They found bacterial shit on Mars, meaning bacteria once existed, once ate something biologic, it decayed and it pooped. We found its poop, which is fascinating and amazing. Does that mean that humans are controlling our government? No. But like I said, y'all, I'm saddened by my country. I'm saddened by the low grade of cracker we got in this country. Welcome back, Milanif, how are you doing? I love it when the folks from my gaming stream come here to see me do real world walks and things. Because yeah, y'all, I don't just exist in a basement. I don't even own a basement. Hell, if not for me and my comrades here soon, I'd be coming to you from a tent with an external power source. But that's again because of my mental fucking breaks. I don't trust the government. And with them doing so many fashy things, well, let's just say I really don't trust the government now. I mean, y'all remember the calls? I remember sitting on this, the whole thing. I was watching a Hannah Reloaded stream. I hear, holy fuck, really? Really? Holy fuck. Let me check this. Well, fuck y'all. Remember, you cannot be like cheering for people's hurt, but Charlie Kirk has been shot. Holy fuck. To which I left Hannah's stream because she's a sweet person and I am not. And I went hunting for the video. Could not find it. For how many on the left say that that video is just everywhere? Could not find the unedited video. Makes me sad. But I did see several edited versions. And one very funny song. But here's the thing, y'all. We get to laugh when a Nazi dies. Okay, he was a terrible person. He was a father. So was Stalin. Hell, so was Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. Are we going to weep for them next? Like I said, once is kind of sad. Fuck around, find out. But I weep more for the victims at Charlottesville who got ran down by a dipshit supporter. I weep more for crazy MAGA son thought he was a reptilian and then YouTube decapitating his father. I weep more for the political violence that they instigated, not when, you know, chickens roosting. For that, I feel like crab dance time. We get to laugh at that. Because trust folks, if one of these little rednecks hits me on the side of the road, and the right wing has figured out that I exist, I still get to exist in the beauty of not existing. But exactly, he is dumb as hell. Good call. But like I said, if one of these little dumb rednecks hit me, guess what? The right's going to celebrate it if they know I exist and talk against them. The left will feel neutral, as you should if you don't know me on a personal level. People's deaths should not bring you joy or sadness. But knowing that if you're a black individual, honestly, if you're a minority of any kind, Charlie Kirk hated you and wanted you dead or out of this country. So y'all celebrating, have at it. Let the good times roll. An enemy of yours and your country is dead. Celebrate like we celebrated when we fucking shot Saddam Hussein. Hell, if one of y'all wanted to get real fucking edgy, you could steal the body and marionette the dead body through the street. That'd be fun and fucked up as hell. But again, I'm your edgy, unadulterated YouTuber. I don't really give a fuck about the algorithm. I do this as a hobby, and honestly, I'm getting a little cocky with y'all just because nobody reports my crazy shit, and I love y'all for it. Seriously. Seriously, y'all, thank you for protecting real freedom of speech. Because honestly, when they were calling for camps and shit, I was still posting only good Nazi's a dead Nazi. But I was getting a little bit nervous. I'll admit I was getting a little bit nervous. I don't want my final memoir to be scrolled on toilet paper in some V for Vendetta-esque survival situation. Unlike the right wing, I don't on fall of everything. I just want the unjust power structure to fall, and I think it could be done tomorrow if the workers of the world united. But sadly, for every revolutionary, there's a... 1 minute. For every revolutionary, there's a hunt. For everyone saying, let's smash the system and tear it down, there's someone going, but ooh, woo, the system is nice though, ooh, woo, I like it, ooh, woo, give me money. And that's my problem with them. Because you see, what I'm fighting for is the quite as dark as this. What I'm fighting for is brighter days. And you can't buy that with a check. For the right wing, well, what they're fighting for is security for themselves. Right now, that'll be about $2 billion. For $2 billion, you can build a type of yacht, basically allow you to have a slave group on it with you, and you'll be able to ride out the apocalypse on the ocean. Oceanfront cunties. But, I mean, understand, eventually your slave race will rebel against you, and if they can't beat you, they'll just sink the ship to watch you die. That's the other part of the rebellions that people don't talk about. And that's almost the part I'm at. The one where you don't really care anymore about seeing the end, so long as you help get us there. And we don't need any more martyrs, folks. We've had plenty. That's why I tell y'all, do safe things where you can to make a difference where you can. Because right now, to give you an Avatar The Last Airbender moment, oh, and it's too early for that. Sad face. The view, if I walk home today and I can't catch a ride, I'll show it to y'all. But this used to be a forest that I'm standing in. And I mean a forest so thick that walking this road, I would often go off-road by about 30, 40 feet and follow it along this route to the creek. And now, again, I wish I could show it to you. It's too dark to show, but it's basically just dirt. Dirt, gravel bits. They've got a very large, what's gonna probably be an underwater sewer river thing running there. And it's just, is this the progress y'all speak of? Because it looks like you turned a temperate forest into a desert for no fucking reason, other than to put up more luxury housing that no one can afford and to try to get more people to move here. And y'all, I hate to tell you this, but the entertainment industry is dying in California and in Georgia. It's partially because you can't make a movie for less than $500 million. If you can't make a movie for less than $500-600 mil, and that's the low budget indie movies, well then how the fuck are you gonna have artwork? You're gonna have the same rehashed thing. Check out the superhero movie. And next year, the superhero movie. And next month, the dark superhero movie. With a little bit of horror and a bunch of those feel-good bullshits thrown in. But what I see is just the death of good in the pursuit of nothing but profit. And that greatly depresses me. Give me just a moment. We're doing a bit of... There we are. Even the littlest amongst us deserve to be pulled off the road if we can. There was a field mouse dead. That's the other reason that I carry a staff. You'd be surprised. Well, those of you who hike normally, so probably none of you, but the majority of you that hike the roads, there's a number of small animals I have to push off into the sides of the road because it's not like the city's going to come by and pick up their roadkill. They don't maintain the shit. They just slap it in place and make us deal with it. Again, I'm not using any artificial light. This is all the light given to me by jackasses who drive around with their brights. Like that little cunt. Boy, howdy, it'd be fun if I could dox cunts like that. But I can't, so I shan't. The moral of the story, kids, is simple. Drive with some degree of courtesy. Try, at least you can, to be rude and vicious and cruel. To systems, not to people. Most people are beaten down as it is. But also don't let anyone feel bad, because again, if anyone tries to make you feel bad for making fun of Charlie Kirk's death, just remind them, he said empathy was a sin. He said to make fun, I mean, he lambasted several people. Several fathers and children and other people. He made fun of them hard. Why? Because he has a bunch of... That would be my takeaway if I could. Can we bring back proper shame? By that I don't mean, oh, I should feel shame because I wear rags. I'm learning how to do tailoring and repair. Oh, I should feel shame because I don't have a master's degree. No, but I know more about ecology than most of the fuckers around here with master's degrees. Not in ecology. You get me one of them and they're gonna take me to task. But still, I don't want your applause, y'all. I want y'all to get out there and make a difference. To try to do what you can. Because eventually, I'm calling shot. Eventually, I'm gonna get hit. I mean, I make this walk every day. The fucking police force here has already said, well, that's a dangerous walk to make. When my response was, well, since I can't go to the city council meetings, since they're outside of my ability to walk to, maybe you could bring it up at a city council meeting to put in a sidewalk. For not just me, but for our children and our old people. to make the city more accessible to everyone. And when we have a food truck Friday in Euharlee, make it where everyone can go rather than just the jackasses that live in the rich neighborhood on the other side. And those lucky enough to live on the trailer park past the jackasses on the other side. But in there to it. That's what I'm saying. Be ornery, y'all. We've been in a fight. I'm not saying swing or shoot or do anything violent. I'm saying be ornery. When you get one of these rich cunts, like all rich cunts will be, well, I made it here by my own self-worth. No one helped me. My parents kicked me out at 16, and I built my fortune from nothing but fish bones and grit. No, you're full of fucking shit. You got a fucking degree in something, and if you got that fucking degree, you probably got a loan from somebody. And most of the people that get the most indignant about that, they got the most help. Nobody. And the more people realize that and stop trying to pretend, the more we'll stop looking for a Hercules. We'll stop looking for a Jesus. We'll stop looking for one man to swing his magical dick and fix this problem and start realizing it takes a village. It takes me. It takes you. It takes us to fix these problems. And if you're looking for one strong man, well, that man is either going to become corrupted or he's going to fold. Because that's what we do. We're not gods. We're not deities. We're people. We're apes that a few hundred years ago, maybe a few 100,000 years ago, decided to put on pants or grass skirts. And we just went downhill from there, folks, with the delusions of grandeur. We're animals, y'all. We need to act like animals. And by that, I mean work together to take down this massive, monstrous predator that's taking us down. If you want a good reference, A Bug's Life is a timeless reference to this. We got Hopper. He's already had a stroke. He lost his bestest friend, the pedophile, and he just lost his mouthpiece through a neck wound. They're on the... And fucking find your spine. I need a spine right now. I don't need morals. I don't need someone to take the high road. I need a spine. Any of those Democrats out there got a spine? Because right now, that's what we need. People to post mean, hurtful memes at the right. What we need is people to do the good work while also doing the petty work. And above all, bring them into the fold. That's someone you can meet. When you meet somebody, well, Daddy Trump would never... Fuck them. They're goddamn idiots. Call them idiots. Move on. Do not waste your time. Treat everything like you're carrying water, and you can only water so many people. Right now, I'm curious to what this fellow's doing. There we go. I'm sure most of them are as curious about me as I am them. Difference is, if they're wrong, they get to witness the traumatizing thing of hitting a person. If I'm wrong, I get to die. So I feel a little less sorry for them being nervous about the person walking, especially considering I live in a town with all these rich fucks that live here with the McMansions, but this is our sidewalk. And since I've come this far and we're here anyway, and I've got the time, hell, I might be walking in to get fired today, who knows? I insulted the manager's pet. But while we're out here, let me just drop my cane a bit so I can be careful. Because while we're out here, let me show you. Empty sewage hole. That drops roughly 15 to 18 feet straight down into the shit water. There's another one there. That one's actually marked off. Tell me again how great of a country we are. Because I used to believe that America was a third world country with a Louis Vuitton belt. Looking at that belt a little closer, well, that belt's starting to look a lot more like Louis Vuitton. Well, what is this? So we're a third world country in a knockoff belt. That sounds about right. That sounds like it's on the motto. But like I said, what is there to be proud of? We've got a fat, flappy fucking pedophile fascist in like office. We don't care if our schools get shot just because we love our guns that goddamn much. And most people are rightfully pissed. But when I say, hey, y'all, let's fucking do a day to break. A day, one day you call in and say, hey, my country's garbage and I'm just not participating today. If we all did that together, it would cause a ripple effect. And it would cause the little emperor to get very upset and scared. But that's the thing, it just amuses me, y'all. I mean, I know I wasn't the only one watching movies through most of the early 2000s and 90s. We've seen this plot line play out so many goddamn times. What blows my mind is, at this point, the villain sat there with his hand on the speaker and told all of his sycophants, I don't care about you, I just care about power. His sycophants are, woo, Daddy Trump is still awesome. Because they're fucking broken, y'all. They're idiots. Move on. Get to the people that you can save. The ones you can save, well, you know Trump did molest all those children. Yeah, I'm not proud of that. Let's ignore that fact. No, let's press on that fact now. That's the thing, y'all. You got to break them. And I'm not a cult mind breaker. Hey, I also would cut them loose if they joined the suicide cults. I'd also cut them loose if they had joined the People's Temple and started begging me to come take the Kool-Aid. Most of what the Republicans are doing is self-projection, reporting on themselves. I mean, look at most of the Gen 6 rioters. They got a full... How many of y'all have ever been given a fucking pardon? I mean, all wrongdoings forgotten, didn't happen, go about your life. If you got given a pardon for something that would have been seen as treason with a lifetime sentence or 50-something year sentence, I would be on a good behavior after that, you know? Like, hey, y'all, maybe I'm not going to go rabble-rousing now. I done got my hands slapped. These motherfuckers, half of them are already back in jail for pedophilia, for assaulting police officers, and for all sorts of other crazy horse shit. Look it up. It's like a whole internet thing. For this one, I don't have exact articles because there are so many articles. Oh, that's cute. Bitch, I'm looking at you right now, old bitch. This guy hasn't looked at chat once. He also hasn't stopped talking in an hour. Bitch, I work as a professional cook. And no, at the moment, I'm not listening to myself. I'm talking. I don't edit my own content, so I want to make sure that I get everything said at once. Hey, how about you put your real face on the internet or your real name? Because look me up. Hiking Hound Artist Ground is my title. Travis Croy is my name. Come find me, bitch, and we'll see how good you are. See what I mean? He can fire off from behind his keyboard. And these are the people that would call you keyboard warriors. See? See what I mean? He's claiming to have hours of content. Where's your face? Ah, I see. Yep. Like I said, I live in Euharlee, Pony Boy. You feeling jumpy? Come find me. I mark my videos. I'm waiting. But I know, like most Trump supporters, I won't be seeing you. Because most of y'all are just little pussies and bullies. And I break bullies, buddy. I hurt them for fun. Come play if you want to come play. And I will believe that when I see a picture, buddy. Right now, you look like you're a pair of hands clapping. So, okay. Oh, now you're trying to say I don't have friends. Bitch, right now I have 3 people watching me. I have 155 followers, which admittedly by YouTube numbers ain't much. But they know my real name, old Lori. What about you? Will they ever know you, old Lori? Or will it just be bots that you got to farm for you? Aw, yeah, sure, whatever. Do you got anything fun to say? Because I liked that whole you're going to fight me and you're 300 pounds of 6'8". Because, buddy, that's a rectangle. Come on, Bubba, I'll go get somebody with a trombone. No, tuba. We need a tuba for you. You need a tuba. He's still there, by the way. My numbers haven't changed. He's just sitting there fuming, angry, trying to think of what to call me. He can't use the N slur on me. That's his go-to. But it won't work because I'm white. Oh, God, what will he do now? Nothing. Well, I guess I might be a professional talker, but you're a professional idiot. Hey, stick around, though. It's fun to keep an idiot in chat. I got my very own pet, finally, y'all. Only took a year. Oh, my fries don't come in a bag, bitch. I serve breakfast. Good try, though. Again, election, and at least some of my top speakers can still speak without a hole in their neck. Now, that was a recent insult from recent political events. Old Bory, got anything for me? I can still see that you're in chat, buddy. Again, putting you on tap. Anyone younger than this dumbass want to get in and have a flame war? We can play. Uh-huh. Sure you do, buddy. I got something for you, too. Ooh, scary. Uh-huh, and walk into work. Gives me a fine ass. Strong legs. Good core. Strong mind, because I have time to think and post. What you got, bitch? Aw, it has. I have a loyal following. My family might be dead, but I have found family that outranks any of my old family that are gone. I'm artistic. Yeah, go ahead, make fun of that one. I handed you that one. Come on, come on. I'm artistic. I'm artistic. I'm handing you wins here, buddy, and you can't even come up with insults when I'm handing them to you. Come on, honey bun. Come on, sweetie. You're still there. I can see you. My chat will go from 4 to 3 when you leave. You're still... Oh, it went up. Did you bring a friend? You didn't bring a friend. It must be sad. You have so many of them in your imagination. It's a shame you couldn't get any of them to come play. Oh, well. By the way, bitch. Train tracks, Euharlee Road. I'm here every day walking to and from work. You want to play, we'll do a little road trip. Or we can meet in a gym like 2 adults and do a fun match. Either way, I'm not scared of you because you're not even a person, are you, buddy? You're just a little bot. Because a person would at least be firing back something. They wouldn't just be sitting here going, but you're a back hook. You're a back hook. Back hook. Okay, you got something for me, bud? Is that all? Yes, that is how I make a little bit of money. Oh, okay, honey bun. It's good to have a subscriber. I'll put you in the special category. Have a good one, bitch. As for the rest of y'all, sadly, this is where I cut my content. And hell, if he gets good enough to get into my subs, he'll find where I work at. But either way, y'all be good. That was fun. I hope he comes back again sometime soon. Try not to be as negative as me with these people, because what you're going to do is drive them away. I would say that, but now he's watching my channel, so who knows? Maybe just a little bit of sense will drivel on that empty head of his. We'll find out. Now he's just typing out, see you soon, because he thinks he's bad. Buddy, if I could see a picture of you, or you were a person, maybe. But right now, if Old Glory's supposed to be the flag, you stand for a bunch of little bitches that got their asses handed to them in less than 7 years. So go ahead, is it out there? And remember, don't give them an inch. Love y'all. Stay safe. Be good. Don't do what I do unless you're willing to take the fallout. Love you guys.